Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing, guys?
Great. Great here.
Doing great. How are you?
Good. So, everybody's in. Are you in
I'm not.
Karachi,
Are we live?
Rafael?
I think we are live.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you're in Spain, right, David?
Yes, I'm in Valencia now.
Nice. Okay.
Yes,
So,
I am finally in Karachi after a very long time. Yeah, it's been quite some time.
nice. Good. So, first, apologies, guys, because we had to delay this meetup 2 times, but I think it was worth it. A lot of things to do. We saw the tweet about Abby, but we can comment later. This is one of the materialization of all this work and all
Is it
this
just me,
hard
or
work.
are we all hanging?
For me,
What do
it
you mean?
looks like it's okay.
I think you have some lag, Rafael. Okay, so as we were commenting, a lot of things have happened, and we will be giving some updates. Okay, so always, guys, if you have any question, you can leave it in the chat, and we will be happy to answer it. This is perfect. Let's go for it. Cool. So Sonic's integration. What is Sonic's integration? Do you want to take this, Rafael?
Yeah. Okay. Can you guys hear me properly?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
I'll go back and come back.
Okay.
Okay, so I will comment on Sonic's integration. This is the platform that provides the tokenization of real world asset. And what is interesting is that they are fully compliant with all the requirements that most of the regulators ask for. So this allows us to cover the technical part of any tokenization that we want to do on ZIGChain. There are many parts, as we always talk. Other is the legal and compliance, and you need to find the issuers, and then you need to find the distributors. But with this, the technical coverage is fully integrated on ZIGChain. Do you want to comment anything else about Sonics, Rafael? Either it doesn't work for you, Rafael.
About the Zonix, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. About Zonix, right? So Zonix is very interesting that way because they are also trying to explore and expand more on the institutional. Ah, shit. Okay, am I better audible now?
We can hear you all the time.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. We are. I mean, one day is with me on my side or any other.
It happened. It's exactly the same. It
Yeah.
happened with you the last one. Okay,
Hello.
hello,
Can you hear me
Rafael.
now? Yes, can you hear me
All the
now?
time. All the time.
Okay, great. Yeah, because I've turned off the video, but I think should be okay.
Yes.
Okay, no, I was saying that about the Zonix. Zonix is very interesting, right? I met the founder Prashant recently in Abu Dhabi as well. We know him for almost 2 years now, and we have been talking in the background. The visions are very aligned, because they are operating for almost 7 to 8 years in the industry. Then they have been doing it since like the time when you know it was not even a word. Like people used to call it STOs and all, and their vision is that they don't only want to become a technology provider, but they also want to associate a lot in terms of business development. So they are creating something called RWA Connect, which is a marketplace, which under which they want to do a lot of distribution as well. They have some very nice fund administrator and all inside. So I think with Zonix, it is going to be a very long term, very nice partnership. We discussed a lot on a lot of things, and I think their plans are very good and we align very well. They are hopefully going to do a sovereign deal in Abu Dhabi as well, and they will be using ZIGChain. So with them, we have a very how do you call it, like a very nice alignment where no one is exclusive to each other. But I think there's a lot of ethos level agreement that we should be doing a lot of work together.
Cool. So it's not only that we have the technical part covered, but for the tokenization of any asset, but also it opens the doors for investment opportunities and distribution channels. So
Yeah,
very,
yeah.
very interesting partnership. The
We in
ecosystem is
fact
gonna enjoy it.
we in fact did an event with them as well, RWA Connect, in Abu Dhabi. It was a very interesting one, very well curated audience, was selective, like 100 people or so, and it was very nice. Like it was a 4 hour event, private dinner kind of an event in Abu Dhabi on the sides of Abu Dhabi Finance Week, Power Pack Action, and you can see the kind of audience that came and the quality discussions that were happening. It looked like a mature ecosystem, like it's not that, oh, they have just come yesterday in partnership today, 8 year into the industry, $6 billion they have tokenized already in the US market. So it's a very good parallel market for us.
What can you tell me? Okay, I'm gonna change to another update, but first, can you tell me who is Amani Advisors?
Yeah, so Amani Advisors is one of the leading institutional Sharia, authorizer in the Middle East. So, as you all know, that the Middle East is a very big market for Muslims and Sharia compliant investment. And Amani is an institutional grade Sharia compliant authorizer. Any bank or any financial institution or anyone in fact, Binance as well, by the way, whenever they want to do any product which is Sharia aligned, they go to Amani, and Amani provide those certification. They are very big in the Middle East region.
Okay. Just for everybody to know, people who follow, um, I don't know if it's all the Muslims, but if the product doesn't have a Sharia certificate, they will not touch it. That's right, Rafael?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, ultimately, it's come down to personal preference. A lot of people do a lot of things, but if you look at Middle East broadly speaking, if given a choice, most of the institutions would not touch. I will definitely opt for the thing which have a Sharia compliance certificate, because it does not stop from anyone else to invest in, but then it becomes kind of a kosher for the ones who are looking for this. So this is like it is a very big thing in this region, and especially in South Asia as well, where people look for this kind of certification on the institutional level, basically, before they invest.
Okay. So that can you put in context, guys? And we are glad that the system proof of staking has been certificated by Amani Advisors. So that means that or the staking that you do on system for ZIG is Sharia compliant. So
Yeah,
this is there
absolutely.
for, as we always say, we want to offer investment opportunities to everybody, and this is a big requirement for many people. So this is another
Yeah.
step that we go in when we are pursuing our vision.
Yeah,
Cool.
and also one
So
important thing to
mhm.
one thing I would add here, that ZIGCoin is the only second asset after Bitcoin which has gotten this certificate from Amani. So it speaks volume, and not only that the others cannot. It's just like matter of putting in an effort, you know. So it takes a lot of time, effort. It obviously costs money as well to get the research done and to get bring on board to such idea. So I think team has done a very good job. It's like a lot of people in the team, they personally connected with this thing, that having this will make our job a lot easier in this market.
By the way,
Cool.
something to add there that we already commented sometimes is that this is not something for people of this side of the world. This is not, I mean, it's inclusive for all the people, and it's even
Absolutely.
something pretty good for everyone. I mean, all the things that these requirements have in consideration, they are pretty, I mean, it's something that is good for everyone whenever you check and you realize
Yeah.
that they are there for something. So it's not
Yeah.
exclusive at all. It's pretty inclusive, by the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100% agreed. Like, it's like, this is basically, it makes it a lot from an ethical finance perspective, because the check boxes that you have to do, you get rid of a lot of extractive stuff, so it becomes very inclusive that way. I agree 100%.
Okay, let's move to the dot core. It looks like we have some movement from one of the dot core that included Z in their treasury, BTCS, and it looks like they are gonna join to the validator set. Okay, so the idea they are gonna help to the chain to be more decentralized, to be more stable, and probably at some point during the next few months, I think the validator set is gonna be there is gonna have more members. It looks like BTCS is gonna be one of them. So soon they will be around. More interesting news. We have the native Kepler integration on ZIGChain. So for all the Cosmos ecosystem, all the user across the Cosmos ecosystem, is going to be easier to access to ZIGChain. What more things? Okay, Rafael, what can you tell us
Yeah.
from the last 3 weeks?
Other than the sleepless nights and days and sore heels, so like, I had a very interesting, not only myself, but so with me was Ahmad, Mustafa, Usman from Zamanat, and a couple of people other with us. Like, broadly, it was a very and Baiba, obviously, our legal counsel. It was a very interesting journey. So between Apex Invest, Bitcoin Mina, Abu Dhabi Finance Week, and a score of other things, what we realized is that what we've been saying for the last 2 years was bang on. Um, all the institutions who are now coming in. So there were three themes that you can see anywhere in the world right now where the money has been there. So Abu Dhabi Finance Week is the largest event that happened in the whole MENA region, and then it was coupled with Bitcoin MENA and Apex Invest and all that. There were three broader themes. Number one was AI, which is a broader vertical. But other than that, the two were stablecoin and tokenization. Tokenization was not anyone's discussion last year at this time, and now everyone that we met was talking about it, and this was amazing. And the underlying thesis was that how can the larger fund managers, issuers, distributors, how can they make things efficient, cheap, and available for all? And this is exactly what we've been talking about. We were literally the kingpins there in a way where, ev- for the first time, you know, we proudly went around saying that we are founders of a blockchain. Before that was like, yeah, we are this and that, and trying to wrap it up. But this time, in front of institutions. I'm talking about the biggest of the biggest in the world, like the BlackRocks and Goldman Sachs and all of them. We were sought after. Like people were literally reserving time with us where they were saying, okay, please help us. How do we go about it? I gave a master class at Apex Invest. The room capacity was like 100 people, but I think we had 150 people. People wanted to get in and they had to close the doors, something like that. And it was crazy. I'm not sure if the videos have gone out in public yet or not, but it was crazy. This was like $2 trillion worth, $2 trillion worth of fund managers sitting there, and they were clueless. But all of this is great validation, but it also adds a lot of anxiety and responsibility, because yes, we have identified it earlier, but now the anxiety and the responsibility is that if we are not able to do in the right way and in the right time, then not only that we will obviously as a blockchain lose out on the opportunity, but also, there is a way to do it. I mean, one way to do it is that, you do it in a Wall Street way, which is something where only few will make money and all that. And one is a ZIGChain way, I say. ZIGChain way is that everyone benefits, the table is large enough for everyone to come and eat on it. So if you want to do it as in a ZIGChain way, all of us, like the team and the community, everyone has to move super fast. So these 3 weeks has been a lot of validation, has been a lot of good business, which continuously people will start seeing the fruition. But a lot of responsibility now, I think, is there for us to, really pull off from an execution perspective what we have been dreaming for last couple of years.
And just to add, these events that we were assisting, they were not crypto events, right?
No, none of them. Actually, no one talked about. So, in fact, for 3 weeks, I don't remember any conversation about blockchain, tokenization, or anything where anyone has even slightly mentioned about markets, because markets have been pretty bad for last couple of months. If it was a big crypto event, and I don't want to take a stab on, let's say, Binance Blockchain Week, but reality is that, well, it was dead. Binance Blockchain Week was dead. I went there for a couple of hours and I was like, what is this? I mean, I love Binance. Everyone knows this, but there was just no people. And anyone who was there was either on a free ticket or was there for something or the other. I obviously went there for some work as well. But reality is that there was no vibe. But if, on the other hand, you go to Bitcoin Mina, which is a more institutional, minor kind of an event, Abu Dhabi Finance Week, Apex Invest, and the loads of tokenization summit, Datco summit. These were full like anything. And it was not crypto people there. Like, yes, there were crypto people like us as well, wearing suits for a change, but it was bankers, fund managers, institutions, family offices. Everyone was bullish on crypto long term, but no one was like this that, oh, since the prices are down for the last 2 months, so let's not talk about work. Every single conversation that we had was all about this. How do you adopt this technology? How do you do that? How do we bring it mainstream? Because see, these big institutions are now scared. They have seen the things that are happening, let's say on Robinhood or Aave or other places where these blockchain integrations are making them run for their money. And these banks who have been sitting pretty on their hands for 100 years now, they are like, shit, if we don't do anything in the next 5 years, we'll get run over. So suddenly, all the big players are now getting into it because they are like, if we don't do it, these young ones will come in, they will do it, destroy us, or we will have to acquire them at the 10x of the valuation. So it's really like a nice, a bit of a scary but a nice position. This was why, 99% of the money has now come in to fight this race.
So when the market is bullish, build, and when the market is bearish, build more, right? Something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, between the three of us, I think we can be very honest, right? That when the market is bullish and prices are booming, we are also generally pushed and being under pressure to do things which are like, we have to do this to be like this. But when the market is shitty, I mean, no one likes shitty market. But then the reality is that for 3 weeks, without worrying about the fact that what the price gonna be tomorrow, we can go every single day, hit hard, 18 hours a day, just to make sure that we have business for the next 3 years, right? This is only possible when at the back of your head this pressure is not there. I mean, we all love bull markets. We all love it, absolutely. But yes, there has to be a positive of like the flat market. I agree with you 100%.
Okay. And I think we have another recent news, a very, very important one. All of you guys know Bybit, one of the biggest exchange out there, and they decided to integrate ZIGChain mainnet. So this is a huge step for us for providing accessibility to the ecosystem. So anyone can go now to Bybit, and if you want to deposit from ZIGChain, if you want to withdraw directly to ZIGChain, now it's possible. So you know what this means for liquidity and for access to ZIG. A huge step, a big milestone.
Absolutely.
More
I think
things.
this is very big from multiple angles. Why this is very important? Because obviously there are new projects coming on chain, right? The primitives and the beyond that. This is there's something great for them, because when their TGs come in, they would not have to worry about going into these exchanges, because they can. If they merit enough, they would not have to worry about technology. So, and Bybit is one of the biggest one. um, Without taking the name, I can say that within 24 hours there'll be another tier one announcing the same thing. So yeah, interesting times. Again, benefits of bear market. They were, if you try and do it in a bull market, best of luck. Best of luck getting your chain integrated on Bybit. It was bear market. We got the nice timing done. I think team members like OS and Ehsan, I think they were persistent enough. Arsalan, they were persistent enough, they got it done. So I think shout out to them.
Totally.
So if there is a protocol that I'm super excited about, is the lending borrowing, is Permapon. So they did a soft launch
Yes.
on ZIGChain. We have been already trying for a few weeks. It's gonna be very interesting. Also, it's amazing, right? Because this is one of the ways that we are gonna link real world asset with DeFi. So I can't wait for what these guys are doing. But the idea is that you're going to have your real world assets, and you're going to be able to use them as collateral to ask for loans. I think this is big. As you know, guys, we have also the SIG Vault. One of the strategies from the SIG Vault, from signaling this service, it works with USDT. You put this stable coin, and you take advantage of the strategies that you have between the liquid staking from Bardora and Permapod to get a very interesting deal. So I see that they are increasing the deposit caps. Is working very well. But this thing about the real world asset is gonna be the next step.
Yeah, I think that would be fantastic. Because you see a lot of assets now coming, and as far as I can see the roadmap, their wrapper and trading versions will be available on AutoSwap. So imagine getting a real world asset wrapper from AutoSwap, where you know that what the yield kind of gonna come out. You take it to Permapod, you stake there. Because there's a liquidity at the back end, you can borrow money at a good LTV, and you suddenly have a very nice permissionless bank free kind of a looping strategy, leverage strategy on real world assets. I think this can be very beautiful. This is where I was saying that there's a ZIGChain way of doing it, and there's a Wall Street way of doing it. So this is a ZIGChain way, where people should really be able to do this without having to worry about all the nitty gritties in between.
And talking about AutoSwap, I heard that they surpassed 100 million in trading volume. So we can see how they are working, they are growing their community, they have engagement. It looks like they are doing really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they what I'm seeing so far is that I think their community is building very nicely. It's like a blueprint for the other dApps as well. They are very active in their campaigns. I was looking at their, I think they have something called Advent Calendar. They had like for whole month, and every single day they have a campaign, and it is like something. And it's not like they are throwing money just to get in people. It's like they're doing a good job. Like I'm really happy to see that, regardless of the market, day in day out, they're grinding, waking up every day, and from because as everyone knows, Zig Labs and Disrupt, they're investors as well. So when we are having the discussions with them and we are seeing what they're doing next, they're attracting a lot of VC interest on their next round at very amazing valuations because of the roadmap that they have, both on the AI side and the RWA side. So it is really good to see that not only the chain but the dApps inside the chain are also growing at a very good pace.
What can you tell us about DeFi by InvoiceMate? This is another one that
Yes,
I'm
that,
very bullish.
yeah. I this is my personal favorite, and this is the story I say every time. It's a very nice thing. It's a father son startup, right? And a little background, I always wanted to do a startup with my on my own father. I wanted to do the business, and my idea was that I'll do some banking years. I'll then go back and do with my father, but my father passed away while I was doing banking. So this was one itch that was always there in my heart. And but when I see them, and I met Salman Saab, who's the father, and he told me that I asked him, what is your vision? And he said that my vision is that my son can create a legacy. So that is so selfless, and he's not like a 70-year-old guy. He's young. He's what, 47, 48-year-old guy, I think. Young guy, has done very well. And he was like, I have a vision that my son should create a legacy. So, this very much aligns with the ZIGChain's legacy of, vision of doing something just beyond for ourselves, for the broader good, you know. And then their business model is amazing. These guys are not newbies. They have been doing this for last 4 or 5 years, where they have done more than $400 million in invoice financing, and now they are doing it on chain. So what and it's Sharia compliant. They were actually one of the winners of Hub 71, which is the largest incubator in Middle East. They are winner of the ADIB, which is Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank. They're award winner. They recently won the second award in Barcelona blockchain. They won the award in Token 49. They're famous, and now they are coming on chain. They're bringing their order book on chain. We are working with them strategically because they are very aligned with what we want to do long term. One of the discussions that we had with them in Abu Dhabi recently, that how can we help them create better structures legally and technically, so that their borrowing cost can go below 10%, because right now they are borrowing at 12.5%, and they are lending at a higher rate, creating a margin. But if they can bring it down to a 10% or below, then obviously, like the whole game will change, and they can make these returns. And now, I mean, the idea is that they want to bring this whole book on chain. So essentially what will happen, that anyone sitting out there without any complex KYC or anything, they can simply be able to lend them money, and their invoices are 90% insured. Over the last 2 years, their default rate is less than 1%. They are out of ADGM, which is a regulated entity. We will give them a DIFC cover. We will, help them on a few things. Disrupt is, by the way, helping them on the GTM as well. This can be one of the biggest success stories to be building on ZigChain. I'm extremely excited about both, like the business, but more about the founders who are doing it.
Yes, amazing. More things. Another big milestone from the ecosystem. More than 300 million seed has been bridged to mainnet. And also, I will add that from those 300, around 280 are staked in the validator, are delegated in the validators. So this is a very interesting milestone.
Yeah, absolutely.
more things, or last thing that I have from my side. And this is it's kind of similar to Invoice Mate, right? Avi, what can you tell us about Avi, Rafael?
Yeah, so interesting thing, Abhi, as well. So Abhi Finance is one of the fastest growing startups in the whole Middle East and South Asia. Interestingly, the founder, actually, I recently found out when we were signing the agreement, the MOU. I found out that he used to live just 1 kilometer away from where I live in Karachi. And so it was very interesting. He's ex Morgan Stanley. He started this company a few years ago where he was creating this SME loans and payday checks. And what again, just like InvoiceMate, it is also a very nice private credit space. And they've also realized that there's a very big market on chain and stable coin, and through the right structures where they can um, create the better margin for their business. So officially as of today, we have Abhi Finance available on ZIGChain, on Signally, and it's a pilot. But what we are working on is an extremely large 9-digit deal with them, where we would be able to provide them structure. Zamanat was obviously involved in that; they are leading the deal. But the idea again is the same, that people at the fag end should be able to deploy their dollars to get a good higher teen or lower double digit returns on these kind of assets, where the risks are relatively extremely low. Obviously there's always a risk, but these are extremely low risk. And these are proper businesses. These are not like DeFi strategies with loops and all. I mean, those are also good, fine, but these are real businesses backed by real invoices. This is true tokenization that is happening. So it is very good when we see that the traditional finance people coming in, they are understanding that how stable coin and the use of blockchain will make them do better business. And they're like, okay, out of all the blockchains out there, out of all the businesses out there, you guys truly understand what we need, because we also come from banking and we have the right mix of technology, distribution, as well as licensing. So they immediately come. And interestingly, I'll tell you guys, the end-to-end time of agreeing on the deal with Abhi Finance was only 4 days. Only 4 days. In 4 days, we agreed on the deal. And again, I would like to give a shout out to our team member Yusuf and Ahmed as well, and Baiba. They worked really nice on this. We were able to pull it off. But now this has to go well. So I would ask community, guys, go in, pile in, put your money there at work. Stables earn the yield, because once this pilot is successful, you will all be looking at a 9-digit number getting tokenized on ZigChain. So it's good for all of us.
Well, I don't want to promote too much this service, because this pilot that we are running, it has a cap. It's not a higher
Yeah,
number. It's only $1 million.
I think it's a
And
million, and I think a lot is done already.
exactly. And I still didn't put my part. And it's gonna be more than what David usually does, $1.
No,
So
right?
so, but this is very interesting. I was talking with David today, and you saw what Abe did, right, Rafael?
Yeah,
With
what
the
did
with
Abhi?
the
Avi.
Abe, with the app.
Avi, yeah, of course. Yes, of
I
course, it's
was I,
beautiful, and that's yeah,
I was talking with David today, and we came with the
yeah.
idea that, hey, we could do the same only with this a service, an app on top of a service from Signal. And this AVI thing, it could be the pilot too, because the yield that is generating is amazing. It could be something very interesting.
Absolutely. Agreed. No, I think there is a little bit of a controversy going around what Aave is doing. And because of something that they are doing in terms of revenue counting. But what Aave has done is beautiful. They have abstracted away all the complexity, right? And
Yeah, yeah, that
end
was I
user
mean.
does not even worry about.
Imagine an app that only invests in API through Signal. As simple as that.
Yes, exactly.
It's,
Absolutely.
it's,
Like an app that invests only in private credit, or that only invests in a particular category, you know.
Correct.
In fact, just throwing out, can be an interesting idea for someone to create a stable coin, yield-bearing stable coin that just invests in stuff on ZIGChain, and it's an AML book at the back end. Just throwing out idea. If someone wants to put a proposal on Zig Labs, I think we can have a look at that, right?
Today it looks like open doors or something like that, right? I mean, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. We are done with the updates that we have. Maybe anything that you think that we have from the Signally part that can be interesting for the community?
We are cooking different things on the marketing side, but I think it will be better to talk about this more onwards. So yeah, nothing to add right now. Yeah.
Okay, just to comment a few things, there is a report from the Z indexes. Guys, that we launched the Z indexes, that was one of the biggest milestones from Signally too. It was the evolution from profit sharing. And there is a report analyzing these two really bad months of the market that I think we choose the best possible time for launching the Z indexes, because the market has been a shitty one. And they have been really good because they have contained all the bleeding, and all of them are still in profit. So if we compare them with most of the services from the marketplace or any other token or project out there, they are outperforming everything. So we are very happy with them. And right now, I was a few minutes late to this call because I was doing something related to this. Abby, we are putting a good allocation from these indexes in the Abby service, because it's giving a good yield. And the level of risk is lower than the one that we were using for establishing the Z indexes. So it's going to be part of the Z indexes soon tomorrow. So super
This is
interesting.
Something really interesting on that is that anybody that right now is investing on the Z indexes, they will be getting value from it without doing nothing. They don't need to select another service, move money or something like that. They just totally hands off for any opportunity like this one. They will be getting value without simply doing nothing, which is amazing.
Cool. So, guys, we are at the end of the year. As always, thank you very much for all your support, for being here supporting us. I hope that you enjoy all the opportunities that we are bringing, and that you are happy to belong to this ecosystem, because we are doing a really, really great job here. That's all from my side. Happy end of the year, and we see you in the next one.
Absolutely. And yeah, guys, thank you very much for supporting, but the support has to materialize into real support next year. So, yeah, I might see you guys before next year as well, but yeah, we'll see you next year.
See you.
See you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye.